YouTube! Hello, this is Claudia. This is going to be my VSG journey. I am a month away, a little bit less than a month away from getting my gastric sleeve weight loss surgery. So I am about 2 weeks away, less than 2 weeks away. I'm about 10 days, 12 days away from starting my liquid pre-op diet. So I just wanted to come in here and do a little video of me before it all begins, before I even get on my journey. I wanted to talk a little bit about myself, introduce myself, and just say what's going on now and why I'm getting what I'm getting, and yeah, so I'm ready. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about myself. As I mentioned, my name is Claudia. I am 30 years old. I am married for the past almost 11 years. I have 2 beautiful children, a boy and a girl, a boy who is 5 and a girl who's 4. A little bit about myself. I've always been overweight. I've always been on the heavier side. All my life, I've been that little chunky, thick kid. It wasn't until 2006, which is when I got married, and we started trying to have kids, and it wasn't happening. So I went to the GYN and I got tested for everything, make sure there was nothing wrong with me or him. And it turned out that I had PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. Sorry for the viewers, this is a little TMI, but that year, the first year that I got married, I only had my period maybe once that year. So obviously that's not normal, but I didn't know. I just thought I was one of those lucky women that only get period once a year, and hooray, but it wasn't hooray. It was definitely something wrong. So it turned out I had PCOS. So the doctor that told me about it, this is a doctor in Brooklyn, New York. This doctor was absolutely terrible. Like, not only he told me I had this condition called PCOS, which at the time I'm like, what the hell is it? But he also said that I was gonna grow extremely overweight. I was never gonna be able to lose weight. I was gonna grow facial hair. I was gonna maybe go bald. I was never gonna have children, or my chances of having kids were very slim. All right, so that day, it was, I believe it was 2007. We left the doctor's office, and I asked my husband for a divorce because I said, we just got married, and it's not fair for you to have to, spend the rest of your life with someone who's gonna be so obese that probably won't be able to walk through the door, someone who will never be able to give you a family, someone who's probably gonna get bald and grow facial hair more than you, and my husband was like, listen, he's like, I don't care if you gain 500 pounds, I don't care if you go bald, I don't care if I have to share my razor with you to shave your face. He goes like, I love you, and you are the one I want to be with, whether we can have kids or not. We can always adopt in the future. So that was that, it was very hard still, because knowing that you were the problem, and I couldn't give him children, knowing that it's because of me and it wasn't because of him, it just always made me very guilty and very, very upset. Nobody wants to be told that at 20 years old, So about 2008, we started doing infertility treatments to get pregnant. And I know, before you all go crazy saying, like, why were you trying to get pregnant at such a young age and blah, blah, blah. And I know this is like a big deal for a lot of people, but excuse me, I have a little bit of a cough. I've always wanted children. And I was born and raised in Brazil. And in Brazil, women start life early. Like they're already married at 20 years old. They're already having kids at 20 years old. And And then that's something I always wanted for myself. I didn't want to be 60 years old having a 10-year-old, you know. I wanted to be able to enjoy my kids, and I wanted to be able to, you know, give my kids a little bit of like a little time of my life, and then get back to enjoying life, you know, like on my 50s with my husband, and you know, and things like that. I just wanted to have children early. That was my decision. That was my husband's decision. We were both on the same boat when it came to that. So we started infertility. I'm sorry, I have a cold. It's been terrible, but I'm getting better. We started the infertility treatment. I did a lot of rounds of Clomid, this ovulation pill, and I did a lot of cycles of the hormone injections, and nothing worked. Bottom line, nothing worked. So I remember 2008 Halloween day for 2008, we were waiting to see if all the hormones and everything worked, and unfortunately it didn't. And I got my period that day, and it was so draining. It was financially draining because no insurance covers in vitro. I mean, now I'm sure they do, but my insurance at the time didn't. So everything was out of pocket. So we spent crazy money in infertility treatments, and at that time I said, you know what, that's it. My husband flushed everything down the toilet, and he said, we're done. Like, we were so happy before this all started, and I'm done trying, you know, you taking medications and ovulation stuff and timing things, and like, I'm done. He goes like, I'm done. And and so was I. So we gave up everything. Like, I stopped taking everything, and then I said, you know what, I'm gonna prove that doctor wrong. I'm gonna prove the doctor that I'm not gonna just gain weight until I can't fit through the door. I'm gonna work hard to lose weight, and that's what I did. Back in 2010, I started 2009 to 2010. I started working out extremely hard, and I started dieting. I cut carbs, and the healthy way. I wasn't taking any pills. I was just doing it the healthy way. And I lost 80 pounds on my own. 80 pounds. A person of me, half of me, I lost. But I lost those 80 pounds, which is like, hooray. But after I lost that weight, it's almost like my PCOS started getting better. My hormones weren't as crazy. Sorry, TMI again. My period was becoming more and more regular. And I started feeling normal. I started feeling more normal, you know? Yeah, this video is already 8 minutes long. I gotta kind of make it short, but oh well. So 2010, April of 2011, April 2011, April 30th, 2011, I found out I was pregnant. Yes. After losing all that weight and working so hard to lose that weight, I finally got my little miracle. And I was terrified. I was so scared because I said, excuse me. I'm like, I was told that this couldn't happen, but it happened. Am I gonna have a child with birth defects? Am I gonna have a sick child? Like, all those thoughts went through my mind, and I got pregnant on my own. How did this happen? Like, I can't get pregnant. I paid so much money to get pregnant, and it didn't happen. Anyways, we had a beautiful, beautiful baby boy, our firstborn, December 27, 2011. Probably the happiest day of my life up to that point. The absolute happiest day of my life. We had our beautiful, beautiful baby boy, And I didn't gain a lot of weight because I was so obsessed with my weight at that time. I was working out hard. I was eating right. So I continued to eat right during my pregnancy. So I gained about 35 pounds, which is normal, it's average. It was all in my belly. I had no weight nowhere else, just my belly. I gained about 35 pounds. At labor, I lost those 10 pounds. I lost about 10 to 15 pounds after labor. So I had another 20 pounds on me before my pre-pregnancy body, and I was so excited to lose that weight. I was so ready, and I started working out already. We had a treadmill at home. I started running. Things were great. My son was about 3 months old, a newborn, a little newborn, this size. And I found out I was pregnant again. Well, at that point, I was very excited, but I was so scared. I just gave birth and it was not easy, and I'm like, I can't think of giving birth again. Like, I'm not even healed down there. How did this happen? So it happened. I got pregnant. It was my little miracle child. My doctor, I changed doctors, by the way. It wasn't the terrible doctor that told me about the PCOS, but the new doctor was like, you should start playing the lottery. Like, what are the chances? It was so hard for you to get pregnant. You had a pregnancy, and then back to back, you got pregnant. My husband was very excited. I was a little bit more nervous because, you know, we waited so long to have one child, and I wanted to give that baby everything I can possibly do, and then already getting pregnant. So, all right, so to kind of make things shorter, because it's already 12 minutes, I got pregnant on those 20 pounds I never got to lose. Yes. So, and with my daughter, I gained approximately 60 pounds. It's terrible. And it was almost because, like, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm already pregnant. I didn't enjoy my pregnancy with my son as much. I was so obsessed with the weight. I was like, you know what? This pregnancy, I'm gonna eat it because I'm pregnant. I'm gonna go for it because, you know, I'm gonna enjoy. That's my husband's cute noise. But and yeah, so I had all those extra pounds from 2 pregnancies on me. So after having my daughter, it's almost like it was impossible to lose weight. I struggle every day, and I worked out and I ate right, and I couldn't get rid of that extra weight. And I had little time. I mean, keep in mind, I have a 1-year-old and a newborn in my hands, like all alone, because my husband's at work all day long. It was not easy, and I would try to eat healthy. I would try to exercise when they were napping. I couldn't get rid of that weight. And I held on to that weight, which was at the highest highest at that point was 260 pounds. I held on to that weight for a long time. After my firstborn started pre-K, I said, I gotta get myself together. I gotta lose weight again. I have no excuse. My babies are not babies anymore. They're big kids now. I started going to the gym every day and working my ass off at the gym. And I lost a good 60 pounds. Yeah, again, I did 80 before. This time I did 60. But I was doing this weight better because I was working out. I was playing with my muscles, you know. I was getting some muscle tone, and the first time I lost weight, I lost everything. I lost muscle, I lost everything. So I lost my boobs, I lost my ass, I lost everything. So I was thin, but I wasn't pretty thin. This time around, I was working on my butt and my chest. I didn't want to lose that, so I lost weight nicely. I like the way my body looked this time around. So last year, which is 2016, I was 200 pounds, which is still very large for a female, but I am 5'7". I'm 5'7", and I'm just like a thick frame, you know? So 200 pounds for me was pretty good. I mean, I look okay. I wanted to lose at least 20 more for sure, but I was at a comfortable, weight. So this year, 2017, in December of 2016, I went through some personal issues, some personal things that I really let myself go. I stopped going to the gym. I stopped working out. It's almost like I got frustrated with life. I'm working my ass off every single day, and I'm counting my calories, and I'm watching what I eat, and for the rest of my life, and I will never be thin. Like, I'll always be this thick woman. So I got so frustrated with life, and I gave up on everything. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna enjoy my life. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna whatever. And I did. I started eating, and I gained all my weight back plus more. So March of 2017, I decided to go for surgery. I actually met someone. It was a lady that cleans my house, and she's Brazilian too, and she has this perfect figure. It's like, oh my God, this tiny waist, this big hips and butt. If you're listening, sincerely, hi, I love your body. So she was one day here, cleaning my house, and I'm looking at her and I'm like, what do you do? And I'm telling her, like, what do you eat to have this like perfect frame? And then she tells me, she's like, oh no, my body was not always like that. I got the gastric sleeve surgery. So that I've never heard of that in my life prior to that. So I'm like, oh really? Like, tell me about it. And then she shows me pictures of her when she was heavier, and then the weight. So after hearing from her, I kind of got very excited. I'm like, you know what? This could be the answer for me. I've always been up and down in weights. Like, I'm so tired of doing this. I'm tired. It's a very frustrating lifestyle that you can never give yourself the treat to do what you want to do because you're always up and down in weight. So I went to the seminar in Belleville Hospital, that's in New York, and I sat in a room full of people with other people, and I remember that day it felt very weird to me because a lot of people were looking at me, and of course there was all types of bodies and all types of people in this room, different races and bodies, and extremely heavy, not so heavy, even thinner women than like smaller than me, and so like everybody kept looking at me, and then like, but I didn't know I was gonna find out if I qualify for the surgery or not. So then I hear like men and women talking to me, telling me like, why are you here? Like, you're not fat, like you. And I'm like, I'm looking at these people, I'm like, what do you mean I'm not fat? Of course I'm fat. Look at this belly. But I was like, well, I don't know. I'll find out. I guess the doctor would tell me whether I qualify or not. So you had to fill out this paper, sit through the seminar. They explained the different types of surgery, which is the bypass, the sleeve, and the I always forget the band. I didn't want the band. I heard terrible things about the band because you have to constantly go and readjust it, and I don't have time for that. And then the bypass is like extreme. It's usually like for heavier people, like I think. It is very invasive. So I decided for myself, this is my personal opinion, the sleeve was the best fit for me. So they gave me an appointment to go with the doctor. I came back that day. I saw the doctor, and they weighed me, and they said that yes, that I do qualify because of my PCOS. Is something that I always struggle with my weight, and this is a way to help that. So I was very excited. Up to that point, I didn't have a good support system in my family. My husband wasn't happy with it. He just passed that way, by the way. He wasn't happy with that. He was like, you lost weight on your own. Why do you need surgery? And I told him, because I am tired of working so hard and always going up and down in weight. I'm done with this life. My sister-in-law, hi Noe, if you're watching this, she goes like, why are you gonna do surgery? I do not want you to do surgery because I know you're gonna be unhappy later. And I decided that's what I wanted. I wanted that to be my life-changing experience. That's it. This video is 20 minutes long. Damn it, I gotta cut it. Okay, long story short, I sat through the whole 6 months of period because that's what my insurance requires, which is a nutrition appointment, it's some weight management, psychology appointment, and x-rays and like whatever. So it's a 6 months process. I went through all those 6 months. I finished everything I have to do. I only have one appointment left, which is my psychology appointment, which I already have it scheduled for October 20, 2017. And today is October 7, I believe. Yeah, or 8. October 8, 2017. October 23, I start my pre-op liquid diet. Woohoo! Yeah, I'm not excited for that, but I'm excited for the surgery, so I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna do it. Yes. So all right, I gotta close this video. I gotta end this, but I'm gonna make another video when I start my pre-op diet, just to keep you guys updated on how I'm doing with the pre-op diet and what I'm feeling and my emotions. And I know this is an introduction video and it's very long, but I just wanted to tell you guys where I come from and why I got here and all of that. So that's why it's that long, but I'm gonna make another video when I start my pre-op diet, which is in about 12 days or so. And yeah, so now I'm gonna do a body shot so you guys can look at me. Okay, this is me. So this is me sideways. This is me, my behind. Other side. And this is me front. Yes. Alright. Probably won't see this body anymore. I know this is loose. My belly's not that big, but my belly is big. Look at this belly. It looks like I have triplets. There you go. Alright. It. This is my pre-op body, which, by the way, I'm already losing weight. I started kind of like a pre-op kind of thing, and I've been replacing 2 meals for protein shakes and eating 1 regular meal, and that's been working very good. So in about a month, I lost 16 pounds, so not bad. I have 4 more pounds to go before my pre-op. I set up my own goal, and I wanted to lose 20 pounds. Well, my highest weight right now, not right now because I already lost some weight, but my highest weight was 270. Disgusting. 270. Yes. So now I am 244. Woo-hoo! This body, 5'7", is 244. And I'm hoping to lose 4 more pounds before I start my pre-op diet. And then I'm hoping to lose good amount of weight on my pre-op diet. All right, so this is it for today. Take a good look at me, because I should be shrinking. I shouldn't be this weight anymore. So, yes. My husband keeps on looking at me and smiling. All right. Bye, guys. I'll see you on my next video. Ooh, I got a bruise. Ooh, terrible. next video. Bye.